recovered and is now estimated to be relatively modest. Finally, a similarly small portion of the current shortfall of inflation from 2% is explained by other factors, which include changes in food prices. Importantly, the effects of these other factors are transitory and often switch signs from year to year. Although an accounting exercise like this one is always imprecise and will depend on the specific model that is used, I think its basic message that the current near-zero rate of inflation can mostly be attributed to the temporary effects of falling prices for energy and non-energy imports is quite plausible. If so, the 12-month change in total PCE prices is likely to rebound to 1.5% or higher next year, barring a further substantial drop in crude oil prices, and provided that the dollar does not appreciate noticeably further. To be reasonably confident that inflation will return to 2% over the next few years, we need in turn to be reasonably confident that we will see continued solid economic growth and further gains in resource utilization, with longer-term inflation expectations remaining near their pre-recession level. Fortunately, prospects for the U.S. economy generally appear solid. Monthly payroll gains have averaged close to 210,000 since the start of the year, and the overall economy has been expanding modestly faster than its productive potential. My colleagues and I, based on our most recent forecasts, anticipate that this pattern will continue and that labor market conditions will improve further as we head into 2016. The labor market has achieved considerable progress over the past several years. Even so, further improvement in labor market conditions would be welcome, because we are probably not yet all the way back to full employment. Although the unemployment rate may now be closer to its longer-run normal level, which most FOMC participants now estimate is around 4.9%, this traditional metric of resource utilization almost certainly understates the actual amount of slack that currently exists. On a cyclically adjusted basis, the labor force participation rate remains low relative to its underlying trend, and an unusually large number of people are working part-time but would prefer full-time employment. Consistent with this assessment is the slow pace at which hourly wages and compensation have been rising, which suggests that most firms still find it relatively easy to hire and retain employees. Reducing slack along these other dimensions may involve a temporary decline in the unemployment rate somewhat below the level that is estimated to be consistent in the longer run with inflation stabilizing at 2%. For example, attracting discouraged workers back into the labor force may require a period of especially plentiful employment opportunities and strong hiring. Similarly, firms may be unwilling to restructure their operations to use more full-time workers until they encounter greater difficulty filling part-time positions. Beyond these considerations, a modest decline in the unemployment